like to demonstrate the difference between manual mode and regulated mode. Currently, I'm set on manual mode. The difference between manual mode and regulated mode is that in manual mode, the stitch is not regulated by the machine. I'm the one who regulates the length of the stitch based on how fast or slow I move my quilt. In manual mode, the stitch is regulated, or it's determined by stitches per minute. In other words, how quickly I move my quilt sandwich. So let me demonstrate what that would look like in real life. So as you can see, when I go slowly, I have small stitches. And when I moved my quilt sandwich really quickly, my stitches got really long. So it's as simple as my stitches aren't the same. They're not regulated. They're all different and vary depending on how quickly or how slowly I moved my quilt sandwich. That is what manual mode looks like. So now we are in regulated mode. In regulated mode, we have two modes. We have precision mode and cruise mode. The primary difference between these two is when I stop moving the quilt, there's a difference. So in precision mode, when I stop moving the quilt, the machine stops. The needle stops, whether I selected the down position or the up position. In cruise, when I stop moving my quilt, there's an idle speed. So the machine continues stitching depending on what speed I've determined while I adjust, or while I move out my ruler, or while I determine a different design. So again, in precision, the machine will stop moving when I stop. In cruise, it will idle until I begin moving again. So let's look at what precision looks like. Once I pressed down my foot pedal and I started moving my fabric, then the machine started moving. Now, in cruise, I have it set at 50 and my stitch length is at 10. So let's see what cruise will do. So I still have my foot on the foot pedal, but I'm not moving my quilt, but I can see that my machine continues to stitch. So I stop moving my quilt, I still have my foot pedal down, and it's cruising at 50. How does my machine know when I have stopped moving my quilt or I am moving my quilt? The sensors are located in these two squares on the regulated table insert. So that's why this is very important. So those sensors read pretty much where my hands are, really, when I'm moving my quilt, when I have stopped my quilt, and are able to regulate my stitches based on what the sensors are reading. So we recommend that when you're quilting, if you choose to go through regulated mode, that you use cruise, because it allows for an easier transition between either ruler work or micro quilting, and you can play with the setting to see what works for you. But a lower setting in cruise is typically recommended, and you'll find that it'll provide an easier quilting experience. But again, play with it, see what feels comfortable for you in regulated mode.